They told me it would be a challenge, 100 hours, alone, inside a prison of glass. The sun glinted off its flawless surfaces, a crystal monument to transparency, but I knew better. The real walls were the ones I carried inside myself. As the glass door sealed shut, the sound echoed with a finality that settled deep in my bones. The world outside continued its frantic dance, cars rushing by, people walking, their faces a mixture of curiosity and pity. Yet, what is freedom? Is it merely the ability to move from one place to another? Or is it something deeper? I surveyed my new home, a bed, a chair, a small table. Everything was visible, everything was known. The challenge was laid bare to exist, fully and completely, under the constant gaze of the world and my own consciousness. No phones, no books, no familiar comforts, just me, the glass, and time. The first few hours were a strange mixture of calm and rising tension. I paced the perimeter, my footsteps the only sound in my silent world. It is a profound experience to be so completely on display, to feel your every action scrutinized. I knew this was just the beginning. The true battle would be fought in the quiet, unseen arena of the mind. I had to be strong, I had to be ready. The journey had begun. As the sun set, my glass prison transformed into a brightly lit stage. I was the sole performer, and the audience was the entire world. The chill of isolation whispered to me, a primal fear of being utterly alone with my thoughts. My mind, accustomed to constant stimulation, rebelled against the silence. Memories paraded through my consciousness, a chaotic dance of faces and echoes. I needed an anchor, a focal point to prevent myself from being swept away. I chose my breath. Inhale, exhale. A simple rhythm. Darkness enveloped the city and my world shrank to the illuminated space within the glass. Fear crept in, questioning my purpose. Why was I here? What was I trying to prove? I had to believe. I had to hold on to the reason I started this journey. I watched the night unfold, seeing beauty in the distant stars and the city's lights. My perspective was my only tool. I could see this as a cage or a unique vantage point. That first night I chose to see it as a sanctuary, a place to listen, a place to learn. The second day dawned gray, mirroring my mind. Sleep had been fleeting and the silence was now oppressive. The voice of the inner critic grew louder, telling me I was foolish, that I would fail. This was the true test. True strength is forged in adversity. Physical discomforts became allies of my doubt, urging me to quit. I stared at my reflection, seeing fear in my eyes. It would have been easy to walk to the door to signal that I was done. But then, another thought emerged. Endure. I had to fight back, not with anger but with acceptance. I acknowledged the fear and doubt, but refused to let them take control. I told myself these feelings were just visitors. They were not the owner of the house. My spirit was the owner. I began to walk again, each step a declaration, each breath an affirmation. I am still here. I am still fighting. I will not be broken by the whispers in the dark. As the hours passed, the storm inside my mind subsided. The silence became a companion, and I heard the quiet rhythm of my own heart. It was a reminder of life, persistence, and power in stillness. I stopped pacing and simply sat, turning my focus inward. In that deep stillness I saw the patterns of my mind with clarity. I was not the clouds of thoughts, I was the sky. This realization was a turning point. True strength is not about fighting the storm but becoming the eye of the storm. It is about finding peace within yourself, untouched by chaos. From that point on, my experience transformed. The glass prison became a monastery, a sacred space for introspection. I was not trapped, I was in retreat. Every hour became a gift, an opportunity to explore this newfound inner landscape. I had found my anchor. I had found my peace. The rising sun on the fourth day felt different, an awakening. The glass walls seemed to dissolve and I felt connected to everything. I saw people as individuals, each with their own stories and struggles. We were all in our own glass prisons in one way or another. The lessons came as deep truths. We are more resilient than we believe. The greatest freedom is not from circumstances but from our reactive minds, to choose peace over panic, love over fear, hope over despair. I spent the day in quiet observation and gratitude, grateful for the struggle, the silence, and the glass walls. They showed me that the only real barriers are the ones in our minds. We fear being alone, but in silence I found a friend. The world noticed the change in me, faces filled with respect. I was a reflection of a possibility. Peace is within us. All we have to do is be still enough to find it. I had found my purpose. The final hours ticked by with a sense of completion. I had found my freedom long before the door was set to open. My confinement had become a liberation. I felt a deep peace, knowing I would be a different man. The experience had not broken me. It had remade me. As the final hour approached, I took one last look around. This space, once a symbol of struggle, was now a monument to victory. I felt gratitude for every moment of doubt and fear. I wondered if I could carry this newfound peace with me. The old habits would be waiting, but I had a secret weapon, the memory of silence. I could always return to this inner sanctuary. When the door swung open, the sounds of the city rushed in. I took a slow step into the open air, feeling the sun and breeze. I was physically free, but the real freedom was within me. I was leaving a sanctuary, ready to face the world anew. My journey did not end when I stepped out of that glass prison. The 100 hours taught me a fundamental truth. Our response defines us. We all face our own glass prisons, invisible cages of fear and doubt. The key is not to fight the walls, but to turn inward. Find that quiet center within yourself, your true home. You do not need to be locked in a box to find it. All it takes is the courage to be still and listen. Do not fear the silence or the whispers of doubt. Acknowledge them and let them pass. You are the silent observer, the timeless awareness. Connect with this part of yourself, and you become unbreakable. No challenge can defeat you, no obstacle can stop you. Find a moment today. Turn off the noise. Just breathe. Listen to the silence. Feel the stillness. Connect with your strength. Discover the freedom inside you. Your journey starts now.